Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Wahid Udin. You see the far right of the chart where it drops off and almost goes flat? That means it's going to get cold from this point forward. Southeast U.S. breaking dozens of all-time cold records. Minnesota, last day of July, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, 121-year-old record. The news headlines saying how hot the Arctic is this year, and this summer it's run away. 45-year average, it looks like some of these temperatures are below the average. Back a month into central England, 141-year cold record being broken, and the equatorial vortex returns. Spain and England, hot. They would make you believe it's the first time ever. Well, just last year, heat was there as well. Do you think the IPCC and global media would hijack a natural cycle as our jet streams go out of their flows in this new grand solar minimum, along with the weakening magnetic field of our planet? Climate Revolution, the Grand Solar Minimum, Pair, Adapt, and Thrive. The link's in the description box below. Lots of solar forecasts out, and more than a large handful is pointing to solar cycle 25 as the descent into the cool of the Grand Solar Minimum. Dr. Wahid Udin. Right side of the chart where it starts to go flat, that means it's going to get cold on our planet. Now, we've seen so many others in the solar forecasting arena call for the same changes. And if we look at central UK temperatures from the 1800 era to today, the last 200 years, far on the right side of the chart is where we were. Wait a second, how did it get so cold in summer? It's actually one of the coldest descents in all of the entire chart over the last 200 years. Whoever would have guessed that going into a grand solar minimum? And the NOAA global temperature, 1881 to 2017. Wow, that looks so runaway to me. I am scared looking at this chart. And the investment community now starting to get on board with the grand solar minimum because the crop losses, they're able to profit. So it's no surprise that this article appearing on investors.com, don't tell anyone, but we just had 2 years of record-breaking global cooling. You would never know it in our current media landscape in the corporate side. Everything is heat, 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 hot, hot, hot. So I thought, you know what? With all these Arctic stories running away, it's the hottest Arctic ever. We never see an Arctic like this, just completely outside the bounds of human existence. Temperatures around the northern part of our planet. They already do this for you. They have a 45-year running average here for you to compare today's temperatures with 45 years of prior data from 1958 to 2002. Now, we've been told everything is getting so much hotter because of so much CO2 that now we're at the hottest year ever. So for sure, if it was only a 45-year average from 1958 to 2002, we should have blown through that. Miles, rocket ship to the moon high by now. We'd even need to put new bands on the chart. But here we are. July 31st, 2019 is the red line that you see. That green line is the 45-year average. The blue line, the straight blue line, that's the melt point where it's above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It looks like 2 weeks ago it was below the average for 45 years in the Arctic. So I just don't know. I'm going to ask the question, where is all the Arctic heat? Because it sure isn't appearing in any of the temperature monitoring stations. And I'll point you back to a page out of the book Climate Revolution that myself and Bill Porter wrote. Equatorial vortex right here before any of these heat events took place. You know why? That's from last year. So predicting forward in the grand solar minimum that jet streams are going out of their flows and heat or wet or cold will continue to amplify and it will become a trend in areas of the planet. Spain and England right in the hot zone again, second year in a row. It's not you, it's not CO2, it is the IPCC hijacking a natural cycle. Links in the description box below, the Climate Revolution. Now on to the June 2019 coldest day in central England for 141 years. That probably slipped under the radar. Did you hear about that news story? Because I thought, wow, that's really cold for the summer. But anyway, forget it. Let's go over to the southeast United States. Fall-like air breaks record lows from the early 1900s in many, many, many parts of the southeast U.S. They have the Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, and a sliver of Tennessee in there. Well, look at all these cold records broken. Texas, Arkansas, Texas. The biggest one is Waco, Texas, 5 degrees Fahrenheit cooler, broken in 1911. And then, there's a whole nother set of record lows broken in the same event here. Back on July 26th, Oklahoma, Alabama, Kansas, South Carolina, Texas, and Arkansas yet again. Thought it was the hottest year ever. Apparently not in the southeast U.S. And then just coming to the hottest time of the entire year here in August. It is sweltering in August. Yet Minnesota breaks a 121-year-old record to 37 degrees Fahrenheit. And it remained in the 50s for the highs and 40s further toward the Canadian border. And even in the Today Planner, it's quite interesting how coolest July start. They just forgot to put ever recorded on there, but you know. But I'll point out here because the CBS Minnesota did not include the old record. It was 38 degrees, so it's broken by 1 degree Fahrenheit back in 1898. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. And a quick FYI, I'm backing up all the videos, brighteon.com/adapt2030.